Our Educare here in Central Maine, we were the 12th in the country of 25, and we are now entering our 15th year.
We shouldn't forget about the magic of brain development and the magic of interpersonal relationships. All of that gets glued together and nurtured and built in those first 5 years. And what they've been able to do over the last 15 years is provide the level of quality that helps these children and families arrive at kindergarten performing on par with their more affluent peers. So they're really changing the life trajectories of thousands of children and families.
When I was high school principal, the assessment results we got for reading, writing, had a huge gap on where kids should be. I went to the then superintendent and I said, if we have any extra money at all, we need to put it into early childhood education. And lo and behold, this whole thing about Educare started, and he said, it's exactly what we've been looking for.
We have funders who believe in our mission.
We want everyone entering the kindergarten of the school system on a level playing field. Our magic is our curriculum, our data, and our holistic approach.
We know that if we get the first 5 years right, kids will do better in school, they'll do better in their careers. Across the board, they'll save society money, and they'll do better for themselves.
When people of influence come and hear the stories from the parents themselves of how it completely changed their lives and their child's lives, that's when the magic happens. And they go out and spread the word because they realize what a highly impactful investment this is in the future of the state. If the organization is going to grow in its impact, it will be coordinating with providers of health care, all the things that young children, a bit disadvantaged, would need. And that's best done with partnerships across every sector.
A partnership of economic resources, a partnership of knowledge, of community, and then you have this amazing kind of trust that develops, and this work that we do together to educate our children.
We've known all along, Educare Central Maine is all about partnership. Other partners who share that dream, that here in my community, wherever it is in this big, beautiful state, we can do what it takes, to have a good start in life.
The board began with the two major philanthropists, the Waterville School Systems and the KVCAP.
These are folks who are asking the what if question. What if we could change a life trajectory? What if we could collaborate in different ways to get the resources we need?
The board members reflect various walks of life and various walks of professions. And so therefore, when we get around that table, we work together in thinking conceptually about what is the data telling us, which was why we know that research-informed practices are truly making a difference in closing that achievement gap.
The intent of the National Educare is to change public policy, but you need research, right? You have to prove that what you're doing matters and that there are outcomes from your inputs.
The real commitment to using a lot of data to achieve program improvement, I think, really sets Educare apart. And that means investing not just in the program, but investing in the evaluation, continuing to do what's working, and where it's not working, you make some changes. And we're measuring it all. And Educare has a really comprehensive commitment to doing that hard work. The kids' scores look great. The longer that children are at Educare Central Maine, the higher their vocabulary scores, the higher their social emotional scores are. The fewer challenging behaviors they have, the more on track they are developmentally.
It's one thing to enhance the child's life for a few hours a day, but the most important thing is to bring the parents into the equation.
It was very deliberate for Educare to really engage families in the school and in their broader community.
So the Parent Ambassador Program builds confidence and skills in advocacy for parents so that they can tell their stories.
Families want to be involved in the community more, and so the Parent Ambassador Program is a great avenue for that. We just work on how to make an impact from your lived experiences. When these families go to testify at a bill, they are able to connect with the people on that committee because of their own personal experience.
The parents are so important, and Educare gives them everything, including the opportunity and the empowerment to advocate for their children and to feel good about themselves.
Educare has been very supportive as a foster parent, and from the enrollment meeting right through preschool, Educare was always very supportive. It was just a constant open line of communication. The kids were welcome with open arms, and it was just great for them, and it helped them just establish daily schedules and what it's like to be with other kids and just kind of going through the process together. Educare is unique because it's not just daycare. The things that my kids were coming home with and talking about, I was just so grateful for the experiences. Getting out in nature. Granted, I did a lot of laundry, but I just felt so good that these guys were playing in dirt and, you know, exploring the local stream. My family's much better off after our experience with Educare. She was so excited. It was just such a positive thing in her life, which was already tumultuous. To have something that was such a firm foundation for her, it's great to see that core memory that's been made.
I have 4 kids that come to the program. You get that feeling of love, warmth, and family here. From the minute you walk through the door, they provide everything. Diapers, food, clothes. It gives the parent time to go to work. You don't have to worry about your child not being safe here. When I first had my son here, I was scared, I was nervous. My son wasn't very talkative, and then as the years went by, he progressively was speaking, he was just outgoing. And now that my daughter's here, she loves it, she walks in this building. It's just love, it's literally, it's straight out love here. And hopefully, as they get older, they'll remember their experience here at Educare.
The evolution of Educare over the last 15 years has been transformative, starting clearly as a school for young children, but has broadened its scope in terms of influencing other child care providers across the state.
The Educare Lab School and Learning Hub was launched in 2020, and it's really a model that's focused on providing technical assistance through partnerships.
And this was really the founding vision, is to reach beyond the walls, partner with other community leaders, and lift the quality of early care and education for thousands more kids across the state.
Not everybody can be geographically here, right? Maine is a big state.
What we want to do is take the expertise that we have in this building and show people that you can use that expertise anywhere.
To do that, we have to share the learning by working with people across different communities with the right approaches. There's a lot that happens here that we can impart to the rest of the state, and we're already doing that. We've influenced a number of other early care and education programs. The 15 years of Educare has been an absolute game changer. When the community comes together to better the lives of families and children, everybody benefits.
The children today are our future. They are the future innovators. They are the future community members. So we have to get it right.
Who knows when we're going to find the next Einstein? I mean, every mind is a possibility. We're all different. To leave one child without the opportunity to develop that muscle, that mind, is a tragedy.
Everybody has to recognize that children, all children, matter.
I myself am a public school teacher, so I see the impact that a program like this has on those children. They understand schedules, they understand goals.
My hope for the families and children that have experienced Educare Central Maine is that they will know that it's fully within themselves to choose a path in life that they want, that they feel joyful about school, that they graduate with a pride in the education that they have, and a joy in being able to go back and celebrate those childhood years. You walk in these doors and you just feel the positive energy, and if every child could have that and we're the bridge for that, I mean, that would just be amazing. We want to make sure that we are serving the community and the children and the families for the next 15
or 50 years.